So Gaffer, today you've completed the loan signings of Kobe and Johnny. How pleased are you to get the deals done?
Always very pleased to get deals done. I think we needed to freshen up the squad a little bit. I think we needed an injection of pace, and we needed an injection of competition, really, proper competition. Um, we also needed the numbers because this is the first season that for a long time that you can't use emergency loans. So after August 31st, after August the 31st, you can't sign anyone after that until January the 1st. So that's quite a long time. You're in a couple of cup competitions and obviously all the league games. So we need the numbers, and that's what I've done. I've brought in the two players. Both of them can play across the what I class as the front four, either a winger or as a striker. They both can play a number 9 or a number 10. So I'm pleased that we've created that situation.
Starting with Kobe, obviously he's had a previous spell at the club. It was too short, most fans will say. They seem very excited to have him back.
Yeah, well, Birmingham called him back, didn't they? And I think he was pleased to go back to Birmingham, but I think he enjoyed his time here. After talking to him, he definitely enjoyed his time here, and as soon as contact was made, he was, credit to this football club, he was very happy to come back. He's only little, but he's certainly. I mean, when he went back to Birmingham, he played regularly as a striker, stroke winger at Birmingham. But then a new manager came in and had his own ideas, his own players, etc. So Kobe found himself not getting as many first team games, so he needed to go out on loan. We knew that, so I'd spoke to everybody that had been here, Paul Godfrey, Russell, and everybody else that knew him, and nobody had a bad word to say about him. So we knew him as a footballer, but you people gave us the gen on his personality, and I've seen straight away that he's got a lovely personality, and he's got that quick feet for a footballer. He's very nippy and elegant, I think, in his play. So let's hope he scores some goals like he did on his previous time here.
And Johnny, obviously coming from Bristol City, coming from your son Lee. Tell us about him.
Well, you've got to be able to use your contacts, and obviously we got a very good contact at Bristol City. I knew about Johnny Smith anyway, because I know that Bristol City tried very hard to get him from Wrexham. He didn't play a load of games for Wrexham, but so I watched him because he's only young. So I watched him pre-season, all through the pre-season. I watched him playing in under 21 games for Bristol City. Lee's got high hopes for him, and it's good that the club see fit to put him over to us to help his development. But he's another very quick player, very young, inexperienced at the moment, but has got all the raw materials to be a top player. So we'll bring him on nicely and cleverly, and hopefully we can send him back to Bristol a championship player, having played lots of games and scored lots of goals for us.
The Kobe news in particular seems to have sort of come out of the blue for a lot of fans. You hear all these kind of rumours and stuff. How long has that been in the works?
I suppose it's not been in the works that long. Mine and Pete's lists are pretty famous now, and he was always on that list. And then we just every now and again make inquiries about the people that are on that list if we think we need something. We needed a bit of pace in the squad, so we looked up the list of pacey forwards or wide players, and his name came up. And not everybody's always available, but when you get the one that's available, certainly in this situation where he knows the club, he's comfortable, he knows a couple of the lads, he certainly knows the staff, it's as good as being here for 2 weeks because he knows the place and very familiar with it.
We've seen reports of bids for players and all that kind of stuff. How does that affect you when you're making your transfer dealings?
Well, unfortunately, you're always gonna get that, and there's always somebody that wants to put the news out first, and sometimes they guess lucky, and sometimes they guess wrong, and that's life. Sometimes it can not help the situation, just for the fact that it makes other people stand up, and then whereas we might feel that somebody's available and not many people know that, obviously when it goes public, even in speculation, it makes everybody else aware. The one with Elliot Freer, for instance, I mean, it was well documented early on that we'd sort of made an inquiry about him, but Forest Green didn't want to sell him, and that hasn't changed one single bit, otherwise they'd have been on the phone with us. So, he's been injured, I think, so he's been out of their team, but I'm sure they need him, and it seems like the club are happy with him, he's happy with them, and that's it. So it hasn't come up till we've heard it. I mean, I'm sure they'll need to get in a couple of wins, so they're going to need to keep all their best players as long as they can.
Kobe and Johnny have both signed today. I believe all the paperwork went in before the deadline, so fans might be seeing them tomorrow at the LCI Rail Stadium.
Well, they'll definitely see him because they'll definitely be there. So short of having a big arrow and saying this is Kobe and this is John, I think even both of them will be in the squad. So they'll even see him in kit. So we'll wait and see tomorrow. I don't want to give you the team. I'm sure somebody will put the team out there before I know it in speculation, but that's life.
Just finally, tomorrow's game, how important is it that the fans really get behind us and try and get us that first league win?
It's always important, isn't it? And they know that. We haven't got to keep reminding them. We're just pleased that they're there. We're pleased for the ones that turn up, that they are supporting us, and there's some great Colin's funeral, God bless him. There was, you could see how many people were at that event, if you like, and to pay our respects. And you could see that from a club point of view, there was 7 managers there, there was ex-players there, and so the club's got a nice sort of feel about it, in as much as that people are happy to come back. They're happy to speak to people and talk to the board members, etc., etc. And I think at the moment I'm hoping that the players feel that as well, because that's really, really important. And the affinity that you get with supporters after a successful season stays with you for a little while, and we've got to make sure we keep that support by giving them, dare I say, better games than we gave them up at Carlisle, even though we was happy with the result, but not the performance. So a win against Doncaster would mean it's been a good start. A win against Doncaster and Crewe would mean it's been a brilliant start. So we haven't lost that yet. I mean, 2 defeats and it's a poor start.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Gaffer. I'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers. Thank you.